School, and our Spuds of Moorhead Senior High School. Special thanks to Sanford for their sports, orthopedic, and medicine coverage at all of our home Spud athletic contests this winter season. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, y'all please rise, direct your attention toward the west wall of the Spud Gymnasium as we honor America with a playing of our national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Moorhead High School and Spuds TV for a wrestling event, a triangular. Today's format of our triangular is going to be the Frazee Hornets facing off with the Moorhead Spuds in the first duel. The second duel will be the Cheyenne Mustangs against the Frazee Hornets. And the third duel will be the Moorhead Spuds facing off against the Cheyenne Mustangs. We welcome you to Moorhead High School and Spuds TV, which is brought to you, as always, by Muscatel Subaru. We also want to thank our scoreboard sponsor for the evening, First Community Credit Union. We're very grateful for these sponsors who have given us the opportunity to broadcast 70 events in the winter alone. We're excellent sponsors of ours and looking forward to broadcasting these events to you all over the state and all over the country to Spuds Nation. The two teams facing off right now, we've got the Moorhead Spuds and Frazee Hornets. We've got a interesting situation. We're all kind of dealing with this situation together, COVID-19, and we've had a little outbreak with one of the wrestlers on the Moorhead Spuds team. And due to that and the protocols that are put in place by both the school district and by the MSHSL, the league that oversees our high school sports, we've had to have a bunch of wrestlers on the varsity side of Moorhead go into quarantine protocol. So what you're going to get tonight is you're going to see a good deal of JV wrestlers from the Moorhead Spuds team and some JV and varsity from Frazee. So today's event is more of an exhibition, not necessarily tied to weight classes in the normal order that you'd see them. In our first match for the Moorhead Spuds, we've got Michael Jenkins taking on Cash Ostern. You can see Frazee in the green. I assume tonight they're going to be the red color, and the Moorhead Spuds will be green. What you're going to look for from the official is the armband, because each official has a red armband and a green armband. So when the official signals those points, you'll know who the points are for, on top of me letting you know that as well. These two wrestlers, 106-pound weight class, the lowest weight class that we have in high school wrestling, going at it. Nice little shot there by Jenkins, but defended well and fighting it off. Always got the head and arm, trying to leverage him. Frazee's Ostern fights that one off and gets the 2-point takedown. For those of you unaware for wrestling, we got grandparents or friends and family just watching. There's going to be some different points that we'll be giving out throughout the night. The first one that occurred was a takedown, and that one is worth 2 points each and every time. Right now, Ostern is riding Jenkins on top, trying to apply pressure forward to keep him down. If Jenkins is able to escape and get away from Ostern, he'll get the 1-point escape, but it looks like Ostern's got a pretty good handle on him right now, and he's working the chicken wing. The referee right now is Scott Snobel. The second referee for tonight is Tim Curran. Ostern doing a great job controlling the wrist. It looks like he's trying to work for a half Nelson if he can, but Jenkins breaks away from that. Nope, he grabs the far tricep. Looks like he's trying to work a little bit of a butcher there, but time expires. Right now on the First Community Credit Union scoreboard, we've got Frazee's Ostern up 2-0 over Moorhead Spud's Michael Jenkins. Frazee has choice, and they choose to take the down position. Each wrestler in between periods has an opportunity to choose a position. If their color comes up on the flip disc in the first period, each wrestler has the opportunity to choose up, down, neutral, or defer their choice to the second period. Jenkins doing a great job with that ride, them going out of bounds, and the official bring him back to the center of the mat. Jenkins goes for that ankle, looking to do the little ankle breakdown. Ostern rolls in the Peterson roll, gets the 2-point reversal. Looked like maybe the official had 2 near fall. Yes, he did. 2 near fall for Ostern. The score right now, 6-0 for Ostern over Jenkins of Moorhead. Jenkins working that chop and bump that I was such a favorite of when I was in high school, trying to get that wrist or arm tied in. Working to get wrist control. Oh, he looks like he's locked up the cradle. He rolls him on his back. The official counting near fall and the pin. Ostern of Frazee with the pin in the second period over Michael Jenkins of Moorhead High. That pin was really tight, and it was tough for Jenkins to get out of it. He fought hard, but Ostern prevailed. In our second match, Moorhead High brings out Dave Ellingsberg, 106-pound weight class, and he will face off against Joey Heisler. Ellingsberg hitting on a single. Heisler sprawling really well, but Ellingsberg works hard on that and turns the corner, gets the 2. Nice takedown by Ellingsberg. Very persistent. You got to stay with that. Make sure you bring your hips to the party or turn that corner before you lose your power. You lose your momentum. Heisler with the stand up. Ellingsberg trying to control him, brings him back down to the mat. Very nice return by Ellingsberg. Ellingsberg pulls that wrist back behind, looking for a chicken wing or an arm bar. They go out of bounds. So a reset with Heisler down in the down position and Ellingsberg on top. Score right now is 2-0 Ellingsberg over Heisler. Ellingsberg going to that ankle again. He's got the chicken wing. Trying to keep pressure forward and get a hold of that right wrist. He's efforting hard. No, he's got the double arm bar locked up. He's got the double chicken wing locked up. He's got him turned over. The near fall being counted by the official. And there's the fall for Ellingsberg of Moorhead. There's another one that was locked up really tight. Heisler was working to get out of it, but Ellingsberg had a fantastic double chicken wing on there, and he got the fall. After 2 matches on the First Community Credit Union scoreboard, the Spuds and the Hornets are tied at 6-6. And our third match of the evening at 106 pounds, we've got Nicola Smith from Moorhead High School facing off against Cade Nagel of the Frazee Hornets. Nagel comes out from the team tunnel there. Tim Curran now on the mat as the official. Tim's of Kindred High School, Kindred, North Dakota, and Scott Snowball of Barnesville. I myself am an official, and I've officiated with these gentlemen many times in the last couple years, and both of them are excellent officials. Nagel in on a single. Smith, he's got the sprawl on, pressing those hips down, getting those laces flat, trying to get away. Nagel continuing to work. Opportunity for score between both of them, bit of a scramble. We'll see what plays out here. Nagel's back on that leg again, working hard. Smith is doing a fantastic job to fight this thing off. They're working on the out-of-bounds line, and they both need to make sure they stay in bounds and not flee, or they're going to get hit with a technical violation, which is worth 1 point. Referee looking for control still on this. Kind of a weird situation. Nagel prevails on that single. Very odd situation. Both wrestlers kind of in a weird spot trying to see who could work their way out, and Nagel was able to prevail on that one. Nagel's in on that wrist. He's got the right wrist on the left forearm of Smith, and they go out of bounds. Some good work on top by Nagel. I assume with Nagel, that comes from a long line of Nagel family coming out of Frazee. Nagel's still on top as they go out of bounds. Near fall situation, official calling the near fall. He's got the deep waist and an arm locked up. Smith doing his best to fight it off. Nagel's got his body over top. It makes it tough to get out. And there's the fall for Cade Nagel of Frazee in the first period. Hornets up 12-6 after 3 matches on the First Community Credit Union scoreboard. We're happy all of you have joined us. Some of us maybe joined us a little bit late on Spuds TV here. We're glad that you could join us for this event. Spuds TV, as always, brought to you by Muscatel Subaru. In our 4th match, it's a 113-pound weight class. We got Nola Giddings of Moorhead High School facing off against Sebastian Sonnenberg of the Frazee Hornets.
Next match in the 126-pound weight class for Frazee. Sebastian Sonnenberg, and for Moorhead, Nolan Giddings.
Lock, there's a nice single, had the arm. Looks like he's got the angle. He does have the angle. Giddings gets the angle, gets the 2-point takedown for the Spuds. Giddings really trying to work that 2-on-1 on Sonnenberg's left arm, trying to break him down flat, maybe roll that wrist underneath, looking for an arm bar or looking for a chicken wing, the way that Moorhead has a tendency to try to work for their near falls. They really like to work those. Continued pressure on top by Giddings. Still working on those wrists, trying to roll them under. Getting switches to the half Nelson. He's looking for that right wrist. Try to work that under, create a little bit of leverage and get the angle. And the wrestlers go out of bounds. We got 18 seconds left in the first period. Right now, Giddings is up 2-0, getting the first takedown. Has ridden him most of the first period after that initial takedown. Referee making sure both of them are in the correct position before they begin, or he's going to throw a caution at one of them. Looked like they're okay, didn't see any caution calls. Giddings goes again to the half Nelson again. He's got it on really tight. Loses a half Nelson as the period ends. Nolan Giddings up 2-0 over Sebastian Sonnenberg. Frazee gets the initial choice. They defer choice. And Green chooses the neutral position, so Giddings chooses the neutral position. Both men working. They got an ear to ear. Nice shot attempt by Giddings. Wasn't able to get deep enough, but still working out there. The wrestlers go out of bounds. They'll reset in the middle. 2-0. Still Giddings on top. Giddings looks like he likes to get on that head and work the snap downs. Looking for the opponent wrestler to pop back up and get some free legs, go for an easy shot. But Sonnenberg doing a good job defending off those snap downs. There's Giddings back in again on a leg, working the left leg this time. First time it was the right leg. He's got his hands locked up. Sonnenberg trying to spin back behind. No one has any points at this point in time. Both of them working. Giddings continues to get Sonnenberg on his hip, and there's the points. He did get him on his hip. You can work that single and get around the corner, get that opponent on their hip. Odds are likely you're going to finish that single. Did a wonderful job doing that. Giddings is up 4-0 right now on Sonnenberg in the second period. We got 12 seconds remaining. There's a stalling warning on Giddings of the Spuds. Each wrestler has to work aggressively on top and underneath. The official felt he wasn't working hard enough on top, so they throw out the stalling warning for him. No points on that stalling call. The first one is a warning. After the first one comes, the second one called on Giddings would be a point for Frazee and Sonnenberg. End of the second period, 4-0. Moorhead is winning. Frazee had choice after deferring, and Frazee chooses the top position. So Sonnenberg will start up on top, down 4-0 over Nolan Giddings of Moorhead. Nolan Giddings did a good job staying on his base while Sonnenberg tries to break him down with a little chop and bump action there. Neither wrestler able to do a lot, but they're both working hard. Sonnenberg almost worked the half Nelson. He's trying to work a half Nelson with his left hand over there on the neck of Giddings, but unable to do so. Giddings fighting it off very well. When you get that half Nelson put off, the one thing you want to do is get yourself looking in the opposite direction. Try to stop that momentum. We got 53 seconds remaining in the third period. Score still the same, 4-0, Giddings leading. Stalling warning on Giddings of Moorhead. Awards 1 point to Sonnenberg, so the score is now 4-1. Sonnenberg rolling that left wrist, trying to work it under. Not having a lot of luck with it, but he's still efforting. He's got to keep that pressure forward, trying to keep Giddings down so Giddings isn't able to get away and get his escape. It's kind of getting to the time where we've got to make sure we get some points. We got 8 seconds left. Sonnenberg down by 3. Giddings leading this thing. And it looks like that's how it's going to end up at the end. The winner in this match is Moorhead's Nolan Giddings by the score of 4-1 after 4 matches.
At the 126-pound weight class, winner by decision for Moorhead, Nolan Giddings.
Is 12-3. The score is 12-3 on our First Community Credit Union. Frazee or 12-9, excuse me. Frazee Hornets leading the Moorhead Spuds. This match starts us off with a 132-pound weight class. We've got Jeremy Murray facing Mason Wilkowski. Murray of Moorhead High School and Wilkowski of Frazee. Wilkowski goes in on a really nice low single on the left leg of Murray and gets the takedown. He's got the half Nelson in on the right wrist. He's rolling him. He's got near fall. And he's got the fall. Wilkowski with the fall in 34 seconds for the Frazee Hornets over Jeremy Murray. The score now, Frazee 18, Moorhead High 9.
Next up at the 138-pound weight class, for Frazee, Derek Zitzo, and for Moorhead, Keaton Hall.
Got Keaton Hall of Moorhead versus Derek Zitzo of Frazee. I don't have that on my sheet here. It's a match they must have added. They said it was a 138-pound weight class. Zitzo Frazee's got him rolled onto his back. Hall fighting it off. And Frazee gets the quick pin in the first period. Derek Zitzo puts the Frazee Hornets up 24-9 on our First Community Credit Union scoreboard. I stand corrected on that last match. It was right in front of me. I even took my contacts out so I didn't have to use my cheaters, and I still couldn't read it. That was a 170-pound weight class. Rookie mistake.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next match for the Frazee Hornets, Atlee Piamaya, and wrestling for Moorhead, Cole Burns.
182-pound weight class for Moorhead, Cole Burns for the Frazee Atlee Piamaya. Piamaya working the wrist, trying to pull him in. Burns with the takedown too from Moorhead High. Burns goes straight to the half on the left-hand side, trying to work a half Nelson. And Atlee Piamaya trying to maintain his base. Piamaya spinning out, getting to his feet and getting the escape. Excellent move. Did a great job of hip separation on that. Hip separation usually means you're going to end up with an escape, and he did. Score is 2-1, Burns over Theomida in the first period. We got 45 seconds remaining. Theomida in with the double leg, gets low, excellent takedown, using the wrist to pull Burns towards him. At the same time, he dropped down. Excellent takedown by Theomida. Theomida goes right to the half Nelson. Frazee notorious for this. He's got Theomida stacked, and Theomida had Burns really tight on that one. Really tough for Burns to get out of that position, and Theomida comes away with the fall in 1 minute and 31 seconds of the first period. Frazee is up 30-9 right now over the Moorhead Spuds.
Our next matchup for the Frazee Hornets, Jack Graham. And for Moorhead, Jace Riddle.
All right, on the match right now for the Moorhead Spuds, we have Jace Friddle, and for Frazee Hornets, we have Jack Graham. Shot attempt by Graham, fought off really well by Friddle. Friddle really working that head, trying to pull him down, and looks like Graham was looking for the underhook earlier on the left-hand side. Graham's a little underweight for this weight class, it looks like, compared to Friddle. There's a 2-point takedown by Moorhead's Friddle. He goes straight for the half on the left-hand side, trying to work it. Graham sits out nicely, trying to get away, creates a little separation. Reversal situation here with Graham on the leg. Friddle still has control, and the reversal for Graham as he goes off the mat. So we got a 2-2 score with 39 left in the first period as the wrestlers go out of bounds. Friddle will start the down position with Graham on top. Friddle with a nice little take back down. He worked the wrist, got the 2-on-1, got him off the ground enough to break Friddle back down. It's always a tough spot for the wrestler who's a little underweight to try to keep the pressure forward and going down against a wrestler who's got more weight and typically has a little more muscle because of that. But Graham's doing a wonderful job. He's working the wrist, keeping that pressure forward. He's got Friddle flat on the mat. Friddle trying to back his way, get his hips up and work out as they end the period. Choice goes to Frazee's Graham. Graham defers choice to Friddle of Moorhead, and Friddle takes the down position. At the end of the first period, the score is 2-2. Looks like Frazee's wrestler looking for a contact lens. Coach has it, and wrestling continues here with Moorhead's Friddle starting in the bottom position and Graham on top again, much like they ended the first period. Friddle getting away, nice leg separation. He has a chance to spin around, but Graham controls those legs still as they work out of bounds. Graham puts the half in, trying to go for the right leg. He's got a hold of Friddle's right hand, which gets him over completely flat on his back, and Graham with the pin. 19 seconds into the second period. Friddle tried his best to fight that one off, but leverage prevailed on that one. Right now, the team score on the First Community Credit Union is the Frazee Hornets 36 and the Moorhead Spuds 9. And it looks like that match is going to close out this duel. Again, the final score on the First Community Credit Union scoreboard, 36-9. Frazee beats the Moorhead Spuds in the first duel of the night. Welcome back, wrestling fans, to Moorhead High School and Spuds TV. We've got another duel for you. The second one is going to be between the Frazee Hornets and the Cheyenne Mustangs. Spuds TV, as always, is brought to you by Muscatel Subaru. And our scoreboard sponsor this evening is First Community Credit Union. Before we start this duel off, we're going to begin with some JV matches. It looks like we've got 7 JV matches before we work our way into varsity between these two teams. I haven't had the opportunity. I haven't even said my name in case you just tuned in. Corey Herlickson, your announcer. I haven't seen either of these two teams yet this year, so we're going to be learning along the way as far as how the wrestlers are and how tonight's going to turn out. First match on the mat is going to be Frazee's Joey Heisler versus Cheyenne's Jackson Alexander. Alexander with the takedown right away. Nice little double leg. Taking Heisler down. Looks like Cheyenne is going to be green and Frazee is going to be red unless I stand corrected. Yes, that is correct. So the armband on the officials. Green is Cheyenne and Frazee is red. I'm going to try my best not to confuse myself with those green singlets that Frazee has. Alexander puts them in the butcher, gets them to his back, does not secure a count of 2. 2 is the minimum criteria for near fall points, so he doesn't get the count of 2. No near fall is awarded. So Alexander remains ahead 2-0 with a minute left in the first period. Looks like Alexander's got the left wrist of Heisler, working it under, looking for a half Nelson on the right-hand side. A lot of pressure coming forward from Alexander. He looks like he's got the leverage. He does have it. Alexander's got Heisler on his back. Good near fall coming. And the fall. Minute into the match. A fall by Jackson Alexander of the Cheyenne Mustangs.
Winner by fall for the Cheyenne Mustangs, Jackson Alexander.
Match number 2 is going to be Graydon DeLorme of Cheyenne versus Cash Osterman of the Frazee Hornets. Both wrestlers working for position. DeLorme choosing to go with the neck and Osterman choosing to go with the wrists. DeLorme in on the single, wasn't terribly deep on it, and Osterman able to fight that one off. Both wrestlers trying to feel each other out early on in the match here. 1:15 remaining in the first period. Good action on the mat here, and the right to start off this period here. We always like to see that. There's DeLorme in with another single, a little bit deeper on this one, but doesn't secure it. Osterman fights him off. Neither wrestler in control. DeLorme with the takedown on the head and arm, getting near fall. Osterman fighting off his back. Nice bridge action, getting his hips around. DeLorme on top has secured the 3-point near fall at this point, and there is the fall. 55 into the match. And Graydon DeLorme with the fall over Cash Osterman. On the mat for the Cheyenne Mustangs, Floyd Flores. For Frazee, Caden Mayfield. Flores comes out there. He's got the half mask on. I'm old enough to remember when we wrestled, we just had the full masks. Made the mistake of wearing that one time when I didn't have any issues, and it was a lot like trying to run around in one of these COVID masks we've been wearing. Not easy to breathe. These half masks a little bit better. Mayfield in on the single. Flores fighting it off. Neither man in control right now. Flores does have both legs, but he is underneath. Or Mayfield has both legs, but Flores is controlling him on top. Is not. There's a little scramble. Flores spins behind, but no control again. Mayfield has a leg. That was a nice stop by Mayfield. Looked like Flores was going to get that takedown, but he threw his arm up quick enough to catch that trailing leg of Flores. And there we go. Now we've got control by Flores. It looks like he's got the cradle locked up. Near side cradle. He rolls back, lost the control, no near fall. Mayfield with the escape, so Flores up 2-1 over Frazee's Mayfield. 55 seconds left in the first period. Both wrestlers on their feet. No, Flores has got it locked up. He's got the near side cradle, the bow and arrow. Just got to get the head in the side. He is getting near fall, so the 2 points was awarded. Looks like 2 near fall for Flores, but a reversal by Mayfield. Flores up 6-3 with 20 seconds left in the first period. Bit of a scramble there halfway through the first period, resulting in 6-point exchange in a matter of about 6 seconds. Mayfield trying to work that butcher from the side. Doesn't have Flores' hip on the mat, so it's going to be tough to flip him. Period expires, 6-3 Cheyenne. Frazee gets the coin flip. They defer choice to Flores of Cheyenne, and Flores of Cheyenne chooses the neutral position. Frazee will have choice at the end of the second period. 6-3 on our First Community Credit Union scoreboard. Flores leading. Mayfield's of Frazee. Nice shot attempt by Mayfield, unable to get into Flores' legs. Flores sprawls back quickly, goes to the front headlock, and secures a takedown for 2. So Flores is leading 8-3 with 1:25 left in the second period. Flores trying to work the butcher over. Can't tell if he's got the leg. The leg is not in sight. It looks like he does, though, looking for a cradle. All right, Flores lets go of the leg. He's still working on the butcher. And Mayfield fighting it off nicely by getting a hold of Flores' leg. That's always one thing when you're down there. If you can get a hold of that leg, you can keep your hips a little flatter and not give the leverage. They roll through. It looked like a bit of a scramble position. Mayfield looked like he might end up on top, but Flores does a nice job getting his hips around and maintaining control. Now he's working the half Nelson, getting his hips up. There's a 2 count for Flores and back points. 10-3 Flores with 30 seconds remaining in the second period. Flores doing a really good job on top. He's got those wrists locked up. Pressure forward. Doing a great job getting Mayfield down on his hip, and that's an easy way to get near fall, get that hip leverage in the right spot. Near fall being called again for Flores. Looks like he secured the 3-point near fall. Flores is working for the fall. Mayfield doing a great job fighting this thing off. Not a fun position to be in. Yes, there is the near fall. 3 points for Flores. The end of the second period, 13-3 Flores of Cheyenne over Mayfield of Frazee. Mayfield's going to start in the top position with hopes of maybe getting a turn or some sort of near fall. Try to work a deep waist and an arm. And gets 2 near fall. Mayfield gets 2 near fall on Flores, making the match 13-5, and it looked like he was about to give up a reversal to Flores. Flores had worked around, but scramble situation, and Mayfield does a great job getting himself back in position to remain in control and not give up that reversal. Flores with active hips, trying to get hip separation, getting up. Mayfield following nicely behind him. Mayfield's got control of that tricep. Looks like he's trying to work a butcher or a cradle of some sort. Got a minute and 5 left as Mayfield comes back behind. Mayfield's trying to work that ankle to break him down flat, see if he can get some near fall, but Flores fights him off nicely. Mayfield went to the half and he's trying to peel it off. Got an illegal move. I'm thinking it was probably a full Nelson. I couldn't see the other hand. That would be my premonition. So the score is 14-5 after that point was awarded to Flores of Cheyenne. So 14-5, 40 seconds remaining. Mayfield remains on top. Another scramble position, kind of awkward. Flores does get the reversal for Cheyenne. 16-5 with 30 remaining. Near fall criteria looks like it. Oh, and there's the fall. I was about to say near fall criteria was met when it was called a fall. Minute and 34 into the third period. Flores of Cheyenne is your winner over Caden Mayfield. Our next matchup will be Austin Birkland of the Cheyenne Mustangs versus Josh Mellema of the Frazee Hornets. I want to thank you all for tuning in to Spuds TV, sponsored by Muscatel Subaru, and checking out this match. We know it's not a Moorhead Spuds match, but I tell you what, as a wrestling fan, it's always nice to see other teams wrestle, see what every team does a little bit different. You're going to bump into these teams along the way. Normally, in a COVID year, it doesn't happen as much because of the inability to have tournaments and travel distances for wrestling, but nonetheless, we found a way to make it work today, and we're glad you tuned in for this second duel between the Cheyenne Mustangs and the Frazee Hornets. Mellema in on a single. He's got it high on the thigh, but Birkland's got the whizzer in, fighting it off nicely, and Birkland prevails on that one. Excellent job. You get that leg high up like that, as you're in the defense, you got to get that whizzer in really, really deep and fight it off. If you don't, it's going to be a quick takedown for your opponent. Birkland in on the double, switches over to the right leg in the single. He's got outside single. He's got it deep. Mellema goes with the funky throw through head and arm. He looks like he's secured the takedown and getting near fall from Mellema for Frazee. Mellema with the pin in the first period. After looking like he might be takedown, throws a little funk out there, as we always have go on in wrestling, and gets the fall. Our next matchup is going to be Gage Falloon versus Mason Wilkowski of Frazee. Gage Falloon of Cheyenne versus Mason Wilkowski of Frazee.
Our next match for the Frazee Hornets.
We've got this match and 2 more remaining on the JV side before we work our way into varsity. Wilkowski in on a nice quick single right around the left leg of Falloon. Great angle taken on that one. Is able to secure the takedown and get right behind him without having to work too hard. That's what angles will do for you in wrestling. Wilkowski working the cradle. He's got it locked up. He's trying to get position. It's tough to pull that cradle over from the rear position like that. It's always best to get out to the side and get hip to hip on it. Because of that, Falloon fights it off and doesn't put himself in any position to have near fall counted against him. Spiral ride by Wilkowski. And the wrestlers go out of bounds. We've got 1:10 left here in the first period, with Wilkowski of Frazee up 2-0. Falloon trying to get a little hip separation there, but Wilkowski stayed with him nice. Looks like Wilkowski's trying to roll that right wrist underneath. Now he switches over, goes to the half on the left, and then goes back to the wrist on the right. When you're wrestling, it's always good to have a bunch of sequences in order. You don't want to work one move and then give up on it and have nothing else to go to. And Wilkowski did a great job there by going to a wrist, a half, and a wrist again to try to mix things up. You never know what's going to pop out for you when you keep things going in a sequence instead of quitting on a move and quitting just on one. Wilkowski goes to the half on the right side, and he looks like he's going to get near fall on it. I don't know if he got 2 on that one. I don't know if he got 2 full seconds. He did. So 2 points to Wilkowski. He leads 4-0 with 6 seconds remaining in the first period. And they go to the center of the mat as both wrestlers were out of bounds. This would be a great time for Falloon to try to work something from underneath, get away real quick, get that last point at the end of a period. It's always a nice little momentum shift when you can get that. But Wilkowski hangs on for dear life and keeps control. No points exchanged. Cheyenne gets choice. Cheyenne to first choice to Frazee. Wilkowski takes the down position. He's going to look to escape from Falloon here. So we enter the second period. Wilkowski up 4-0 on the First Community Credit Union scoreboard. A caution on the incorrect starting position to Cheyenne. No points there. You get 2 cautions in wrestling before a point gets given to the opponent. Falloon goes right to the ankle on that to start the period off to try to break him down. Looks like they're working some wrists underneath there. Wilkowski with the sit-out. Falloon follows nicely. We got blood time on Cheyenne. Cheyenne's wrestler has some blood, so we're running blood time. Each wrestler is awarded 5 minutes of blood time. Blood time runs until they get that blood stopped. Once they get it stopped, blood time is cut. It is a rarity that blood time runs for a full 5 minutes. Blood time can also be stopped if we can't get the wrestler to stop bleeding, and it just happens over and over before it expires. But in my 13 years of officiating, I've never seen that happen. So it's in the book for a reason, but it doesn't happen often. So official Scott Snowball stops that blood time. So they're just going to do a little bit of cleanup on Falloon and make our way back to the center of the mat. Falloon trying to work that cross-face cradle. Did get his head inside, and so Wilkowski was able to fight that off, but then finds himself down flat as Falloon tries to work the wrists underneath. Stalling warning against Frazee's Wilkowski. First stalling warning, so no points awarded. Wrestler on the bottom has to try to work out aggressively. And the official didn't see that happening, and that's why that stall call occurred. Falloon still working those wrists. Now we got a stalling call against Cheyenne for a parallel ride. They need to get out to the side and work aggressively themselves. So both wrestlers responsible for aggressive wrestling for the entire match, regardless of position they're on. So we got stalling warnings on both wrestlers. Got 40 seconds left in the second period. Falloon riding Wilkowski. Wilkowski leading 4-0 right now. Looks like he's working a cradle from the crossface cradle. He's got the near fall. He's got 3 points secured on the near fall, and he's working for the pin as Falloon. And there is the pin. There's the fall. Minute 37 into the second period. Falloon down 4-0. Gets the fall over Frazee's Wilkowski. Next match on Spuds TV is Atlee Palau of Frazee versus Kyle Page of Cheyenne.
Next match for the Frazee Hornets. Atlee Palau and for the Cheyenne Mustangs, Kyle Page.
Page of Cheyenne trying to work that underneath the left arm. Frazee's Palau's got the 2-on-1 on the arm. Looking for the shot. Looks like he's got a single leg at the knee. It's working. There's control for Palau of Frazee. 2-point takedown on Page. At 1:29 left in the first period. Palau's got the 1-on-1. He's right hand on Page's left wrist, trying to pull that thing in. Be looking for a tilt. He's got Page on his hip. There's near fall for Palau, being counted. The official awards a 2-point near fall to Frazee's Palau. And Page with the escape gains separation. Gets himself an escape. It is 4-1. Frazee with 48 seconds remaining in the first period. Palau looks like he's going to the head and arm. Not sure how secure he's got. Hasn't gotten the takedown yet. There's two, and the near fall coming. So Palau up 6-1 with near fall coming. And there's the fall for Palau Frazee, a minute 34 into the first period.
Winner by fall for Frazee, Atlee Palau.
Our last match of the JV side before we head into the varsity wrestling is Caden Mansky of Cheyenne and Derek Zitzo of Frazee.
Next matchup for the Frazee Hornets, Derek Zitzo, and for the Cheyenne Mustangs, Caden Mansky.
Mansky on the single, up around the thigh. Zitzo able to sprawl back and wiggle around to the backside. Got that hand off of his leg and secures the takedown. So Zitzo up 2-0, 20 seconds in. Official indicates an illegal hold. Looked like a full Nelson to me, so 1 point is awarded to Mansky of Cheyenne. The match is 2-1. Minute and 41 seconds remaining in the first period. Zitzo trying to work that power half from the right side. Switches over to the half on the left and back to the half on the right. That's being persistent. Not giving up on a move and trying to switch over. Mansky doing a good job fighting it off, maintaining his base. Not being broken down to his belly. Keeping his hips up. But Zitzo working really hard on keeping that weight forward and doing a good job. Catches him. Zitzo catches him. There's near fall count. Looks like he secured 2-point near fall. Zitzo with the 2-point near fall. He's up 4-1. But Mansky in on the leg, looking to reverse the situation. And Zitzo comes back around and maintain control. It's 4-1 with 30 seconds left. Zitzo in the lead of Frazee. And Caden Mansky of Cheyenne Mustangs. Zitzo trying his best to break down Mansky, but Mansky's just playing tough and not giving it. Mansky's spun out. He's flipped around. Still controlled by Zitzo, though. Did not relinquish control, so no escape rewarded. Choice goes to Cheyenne, and they defer choice. Zitzo Frazee selects the bottom position to start the second period. 4-1, Frazee's Zitzo on top on the First Community Credit Union scoreboard. You've got a caution, incorrect starting position on Frazee's Zitzo. No points awarded, first caution. Zitzo trying to get away, tries a little roll there, but is unable to complete it. Mansky follows and then sets his hips back so he doesn't get pulled through. Now Mansky looking for the standing cradle, unable to secure it. Looks like we might have a technical violation, interlocking hands on Mansky. We do. Technical violation, interlocking hands on Mansky, so 1 point goes to Zitzo, and then 1 point escape awarded to Zitzo. And shortly thereafter, Mansky fights off a shot and gets a takedown. So the score right now is 6-3. Zitzo Frazee leading Mansky of Cheyenne with 1:10 remaining in the second period. Zitzo up, peels the hands, gets hip separation, and is awarded the escape. 7-3 Zitzo. Mansky in on the singles, got it at the knee. But a nice strong whizzer and a butcher by Zitzo. Trying to fight that off, and Mansky maintains control of that leg. Does not want to let go of that. If he does, it's going to be an easy takedown, and there it was. Zitzo just slowly worked himself around the back, and Mansky could not maintain control, so the 2 point takedown goes to Zitzo. 30 seconds remaining in the second period. 9-3 lead for Zitzo Frazee over Mansky of Cheyenne. Zitzo goes to that ankle to try to break him down. Doesn't have much luck. Then goes to a little chop action and gets Mansky to his hip. And now he's working the power half from the right side. He's almost there, it looks like. He's got near fall being counted. On top, strong position. Settles back would be the best position, but he's got him in a good spot right now. And there's the fall. Right before the whistle, there's the fall, and Zitzo is the winner. That was a bang-bang play right there. Half second before the buzzer. Well, wrestling fans, that concludes our JV portion of the Frazee Cheyenne match here on Spuds TV. Brought to you by Muscatel Subaru. Teams are going to take a little break to huddle up and get a quick pep talk here before they start the varsity side of things. Going to have a coin flip for who shows first, and that same team that's going to show first in the match is going to be the one that's going to get choice in the first period. Welcome back, wrestling fans. We got a pretty full lineup here of the 14 weight classes. Only 2 weight classes that look like they have opens on it, so we're going to have a nice match here between the two. Looks like on the coin flip, Frazee is going to be the odds, which means they'll show first, and they're going to have first choice in the first period. First matchup in a 106-point town. Cade Nagel from Frazee and Stetson Gesselbeck of the Cheyenne Mustangs. If you missed our JV portion, Cheyenne is going to be the green armband on the officials, and Frazee will be the red armband. A little easier this time, being the varsity teams wearing black from Frazee. Confuses a guy like myself quite easily, seeing green and red going in opposite directions. It's a 2-point takedown by Gesselbeck of Cheyenne. Nice little takedown there. Gesselbeck collects the right arm of Hagel. He's trying to get the legs turked and work for a tilt. He does have the legs turked. He's got the hips turned. Now he's trying to pull that right arm underneath. Try to get some near fall. Hagel doing a good job fighting that off, but it looks like the legs are still turked. Looks like he's kind of crawled out of them there, and now Gesselbeck working for an arm bar. Yep, he's got that arm bar secured across the back. Official looking to make sure that thing stays legal, 90 degrees or less. I apologize, I got a great Cheyenne fan coming up and telling me it's Carter Zink actually out there at 106. He switched it around. Zink's got the cradle locked up, getting near fall. He's got it tight. That's a good cradle. He's got it sat in there. He's got to hold him in position here. He's got 16 seconds on the clock. Three-point near fall, and there is the fall for Carter Zink over Cade Hagel of Frazee. Cheyenne scores the first points on the board. 6-0 Cheyenne on our First Community Credit Union scoreboard. Next wrestler up to report first is going to be Cheyenne. It's Stetson Gesselbeck for the 113-pound weight class. Frazee has an open weight class, so they go up to 6-point forfeit to Cheyenne. Cheyenne up 12-0 after 2 matches. Next weight class, 120 pounds. Frazee is the first one to show for this one. Bailey Peichel on the mat for Frazee and Mason Johnson on the mat for Cheyenne at 120. Peichel with a fantastic spin behind on that takedown. Secures the first 2 points of the match. Looks like he's working that cross face, trying to get that tricep. He's got the tricep locked. He's got that cross face cradle. He's got it locked up. It's not tight right now. Johnson fighting it off. Peikel's got that Iowa. He's got that Iowa on right now. Great position to be in for a top wrestler. Working again for that crossface. He's got a deep one now. I wonder if he's going to work a butcher here, the position he's in out in front like that. Looks like he's trying to. He's coming around. Just looking for the near side cradle. He's got the head, he's got the leg. He's just looking to lock it up. As Johnson fights it off. Johnson's peeling the hand off. Peichel's got the ankle, though. He's got it at the knee now. He's got the single locked up again, so he's still controlling, even though that Johnson's on top. 2-0, 40 seconds left. Peichel trying to get that leg up, trying to shelf it, but Johnson fights it off nicely, getting his leg back, getting free, and getting the escape. It's 2-1 with 33 seconds left as the wrestlers go out of bounds. They'll center it back up. Excellent takedown again. 2 points awarded. Pico looked like the referee was going to give one to Cheyenne, but he waved it off. Now Johnson of Cheyenne gets the escape. We're sitting at 4-2 with 10 seconds left in the first period. Frazee's going to have first choice on this. Johnson in on a single. He's got the leg. Pico fights it off. Tries to shuck it behind, but no, he doesn't get it before the period expires. It looked like he had it, but Johnson did a great job swinging back around and fighting that one off. Frazee with the choice. They deferred choice. It goes over to Cheyenne's Johnson, and he chooses the down position to begin the second period. We got an incorrect starting position on Frazee. Caution, first caution for Frazee. Pike's got that wrist pulled right across. Now he's going for the tricep. Working that far tricep. There he goes. Blocks the elbow, reaches across. Textbook. Trying to work that near side cradle. He's got to let it go though. Johnson did a good job straightening out. You get that arm, tricep, and you get that knee. As a bottom wrestler, you just got to lay down flat. Try to work them off, peel a hand off that tricep, and try to build your base back up again. Now Pike's got that left arm of Johnson across his back. He's working an arm bar, 105 left. He's got that bar flat on his back. Now he's got it in a chicken wing, and it looks like he might have doubled it up. Yep, he's got that double chicken wing doubled up, working him over, but Johnson, great job fighting it off. He wouldn't go, and he got his arm free. Still Johnson trying to block it. The official making sure that that thing stays illegal. We want pressure going 90 degrees across the back, not towards the shoulder. Near fall close for Pico. There's the near fall count. There's two. He's secured two. The 3-point near fall has been secured but not awarded yet. As Johnson rolls through. Excellent fight off by Johnson. Not a great position to be in, but he works his way out. It's 7-2 Pico of Frazee. We got 15 seconds left in the second period. Johnson gets the escape. 1 point awarded, 7-3. Oh, excellent slide by Pico. Listen, what a wonderful goal behind. 2 point takedown, 9-3. Frazee deferred choice, so Pike's got choice. He's going to go down. Starts the bottom position, going to work for the escape. Johnson's going to do his best to try to get some points here while on top, some near fall. Try to get this match a little bit closer before the time starts to get a little too tight to make this deficit up. Pike kind of shucks that arm off with a little whizzer, but Johnson drops down to the knee. Still has control. Doesn't have it locked up anymore. And there you go. Nice little reversal by Pike of Frazee. 132 remaining. It's 11-3 lead. Going back to that tricep and that crossface cradle again. All right, he's got that right wrist of his locked up on Johnson's left wrist. Pulling across, trying to ride him. See what he's trying to work for here. He's trying to work for a tilt here, maybe. If he can get his left hand out in between that elbow and Johnson's body. Nothing doing, though. Johnson doing a good job fighting it off. All right, Pike looks like he's going to let him go. 1 point to Johnson of Cheyenne. It's 11-4. Looks like Pike's going to be happy with going for some takedowns. He's done a phenomenal job of getting takedowns at will when he's wanted to, so why not keep going? Nice little low single. He's on the elbow, or excuse me, he's on the knee. Tried to shelf it, but he's unable to shelf it. Johnson fought it off nice with the whizzer. No points awarded. 11-4 with 9 seconds left in the third period. Don't have a major yet. We need 1 point for a major for Frazee. Out of bounds is a call. 2 seconds left. Right now it's just going to be a 3-point match for Frazee. And yes, that's what it ends at. 11-4 for Pike of Frazee over Mason Johnson of Cheyenne. So Frazee leads 11-4 after the 120-pound weight class. 126 weight pound is scheduled for Marcus Johnson versus Carlson of Frazee.
Our next match for Frazee,
Christian Carlson.
Mustangs, Marcus Johnson.
And that's who ends up coming out on the mat. I apologize for not knowing Christian's first name. I just have a C in front of it here. Luckily, the PA announcer bailed me out. All right, headgear off, referee's timeout. Frazee again is leading 12-3 on the First Community Credit Union scoreboard. And a reminder, Spuds TV brought to you by Muscatel Subaru. Both fantastic sponsors of this Spuds TV. Again, as I said early on in the broadcast during the first duo, they're going to broadcast over 70 events in the winter alone, which is absolutely phenomenal. Second year doing this, right, Corey? Second year. I think it's a wonderful thing. As I work my way through officiating across the state of wrestling, I see a lot of these schools doing this. I think it's wonderful. I wish my parents had that chance to watch online, but I grew up before the interwebs, so such is life. Got a minute 10 remaining. Both wrestlers 0-0. Christian Carlson working on that single, but Marcus Johnson doing a great job fighting it off with that sprawl. They go back to the center of the mat. Johnson working that 2-on-1. Likes to work that wrist and then try to dig underneath that underhook. And then he'll let that go and try to switch off and grab that single right around the knee. Right there as he does. All right, he's got it. He switched over to the double. His head's caught in between, though, which is a tough position to finish on. Oh, he's got his head out now. There's control for Marcus Johnson of Cheyenne. 2 points. He leads with 30 seconds left over Christian Carlson of Frazee. Carlson clearing those hands, doing a great job clearing those hands. Really important on try to get away, but referee signals we got an interlocking hands on Cheyenne. That is a 1-point technical violation. Frazee gets the point, so it is 2-1 Marcus Johnson leading Christian Carlson of Frazee. Johnson back on top. 20 seconds remaining. Johnson trying to lift him. Carlson trying to scoot out on the side. This is always a battle. Johnson comes through. That battle comes down to whose hips are faster and who's got the most effort and doesn't want to give up. Johnson had hand control on the wrist, and he ended up winning that battle. All right, it is Cheyenne's choice. They showed first. Cheyenne chooses the bottom position. So Johnson starts out on the bottom in the second period, leading 2-1 over Christian Carlson of Frazee. Carlson to do a great job controlling that wrist, but Johnson really did a good job of separating those hips and trying to sneak away, but unsuccessful. Great follow by Carlson. Oh, Carlson tried to set him on his hip. Johnson just popped his hip over as Carlson's hip went sideways. And we got a 2-point reversal for Marcus Johnson. Johnson up 4-1 with 1:30 remaining in the second period. Johnson working that deep waist. Just trying to pull that elbow in. Looking for a chicken wing or just generally trying to get his wrist to control him. Yeah, he's looking for a wing or a bar. He's got the arm back behind Christian Carlson's back. Well, Carlson doing a good job fighting it off. All right, there it is. There's a chicken wing. Johnson working the half. He's at 90, doesn't have criteria to meet the near fall yet. Still at 90. I don't see any swipes yet from the official. There's one. There's two. All right, 4 on 1 behind. Johnson secures the 3-point near fall and working for the fall. And there it is. The fall at 1:25 of the second period. Marcus Johnson of Cheyenne defeats Christian Carlson of Frazee. I apologize. This entire time I've had Frazee leading, and it is Cheyenne that is leading. And Cheyenne is leading 18-3 after the 126-pound weight class. 132-pound weight class for Cheyenne, we've got Alexander Spray, and for Frazee, we've got Brady Crabtree. I guess it makes sense that Cheyenne would be the home team, being they're sitting in the spot that the Moorhead Spuds typically sit, but you're a couple fries short of a Happy Meal. Sometimes you can't figure things out. Got 1:17 left in the first period. Both wrestlers hand fighting, trying to work for position here. There's a shot attempt by Spray of Cheyenne. Wasn't in deep, so he wasn't able to secure anything. They start back in the center after going out of bounds. 1 minute remaining in the first period. Moorhead fighting, jockeying for position. Spray did get a hand on the left leg of Crabtree, but nothing. Oh, there it is. Again on the left leg. Did secure the 2 before they went out of bounds. So Alexander Spray leads 2-0 over Brady Crabtree with 35 seconds left in the first period. Looks like we got a little blood on Frazee. Looks like a little blood on his forehead. I'll get that cleaned up, a little Vaseline on that thing. That'll shore up the bleeding issue. I want to thank everyone tuning in while we're at this little break in the action for tuning into Spuds TV. Sponsored by Muscatel Subaru. I'm Corey Herlickson, your rookie announcer. Don't be too harsh on me in the comments. Nice job there by Spray getting his legs in. Following after Crabtree tried to initiate a little spin through hip separation. All right, they're trying to get hips in the right spot. There's the count. Near fall, 3, 4, 5. Spray secures 3 near fall points. The Crabtree, wonderful job getting off of his back, getting his hips down. 3 points awarded. It is 5-0 Spray after 1. It is Frazee's choice, and Crabtree got blood again. Doesn't look like he's made a choice just yet on position to start the first period. Frazee's Crabtree to first choice to Spray of Cheyenne, and Cheyenne chooses to go neutral to start the second period. 5-0 Spray. Spray secured a takedown 30 seconds into the first period, and then secured 3-point near fall as the first period expired. A lot of hand fighting going on in this match. Spray goes for that right side single again. And go out of bounds, 1:25 left in the second period. Spray still on top, 5-0. Head and arm attempted by Crabtree. Spray fights it off to secure the takedown. Two more, 7-0. Spray working the half Nelson from the right side, and there's the fall. 55 seconds into the second period, the fall for Alexander Spray of Cheyenne Mustangs over Brady Crabtree of Frazee. Moving into the 138-pound weight class, Cheyenne leads 24-3 over Frazee. At 138, Frazee's the first to appear, and it looks like they're putting Jake Nagel out.
In our next match for the Frazee Hornets, in the 138-pound weight class, Jake Nagel.
It is Nagel.
For Cheyenne, the Mustangs sent out Connor
And Connor Mansky of Cheyenne comes out at 138. Nagel working for position. He's got that left arm underneath. Trying to spin back behind, but Mansky holding on to the elbow, and they get into a stalemate position. Excuse me. Good call by official Tim Curran. Nothing was going on, so let's get these gentlemen back on their feet and wrestling. 1:30 remaining. Excellent move by Nagel there, securing the 2-point takedown. I was never able to complete that one when I wrestled. It was more of a single and double guy. Excellent job. Wrestlers are out of bounds. We got 1:07 remaining in the first period, and Nagel leads 2-0 over Mansky. Nagel likes a chop and bump on the right-hand side. Looks like he secures that wrist underneath. He's got a hold of Mansky's right wrist. Mansky works it free. Excellent job getting free. Nagel trying to maintain that pressure forward, always important when you're riding on top. Working that wrist again. He's got wrist control. But Mansky doing a good job to fight off that wrist. .30 seconds left, and Nagel's up 2-0. Mansky on his feet, working for the escape, working on hand control. He flips his hips, but Nagel maintains control by pulling Mansky's hips in. Nice readjust. Got 5 seconds left in the period here. Nagel just trying to hold him down. Try not to give up that 1 point at the end of the period. It is Cheyenne's choice to start off. Cheyenne defers choice, so Mansky defers to Nagel. Nagel chooses the bottom position. Second period, 2-0 Nagel over Mansky of Cheyenne. Nagel tried for the quick reversal, but Mansky had control of his waist and his left wrist, and he was unable to do anything. Now Mansky tries to take advantage of Nagel trying to flip his hips over, catches him in a dangerous situation, but didn't secure near fall. Great job following the hips by Mansky. Mansky looks like he's looking for a cradle of some sort. Nagel wisely lays down flat on the mat. All right, Mansky puts the boot in on the right side, looking for a little leg ride. Let's see what he tries to work here. He's got the ankle. And it looks like Nagel's able to free his legs. Nagel got a good hold onto that elbow. Nice little move. You hold on to that. You kind of hold the wrestler on top of you against you, and if you can sneak that arm over top and clear your hips, it's a really easy, quick escape. You got to work for it, though. Mansky doing a really good job of keeping pressure down and pressure forward on Nagel right now. Keeping him flat, trying to work something. Official's probably going to start looking to see if one of them might not be working aggressively enough, with one being flat and the other one with a parallel ride, but it's a nice little half Granby roll there by Nagel, and Nagel's out front. No points have been awarded. Official still has Mansky with position. At the end, loss of control at the end. 1 point goes to Nagel. So 3-0 Nagel starting the third period. Mansky deferred choice. He selects the down position to start the third period. So Nagel, Frazee up 3-0. Got an incorrect starting position on Nagel's. Looked like his hand was a little deep on the waist. First caution, no points. Nagel's got the left wrist to Mansky, but Mansky, the whole match has done a really good job trying to get that wrist free and not get that thing sucked under, because you get that sucked under, there's a lot of things you can work from there. Really dangerous spot to be in. Very well wrestled match by both of these wrestlers. Very impressed. They're both working hard, both trying to get away, wrestling aggressively. Just a lot of hand control going on in here. Who's going to win it? All right, Mansky's up on his feet, trying to go with the neck wrench. Nagel still has control. No points awarded. Nagel maintains control. Nice little slick move there. Mansky tried to get his hips over, and you saw Nagel's hips kind of turning down, but he was unable to finish the move off, and Nagel maintains control as they go out of bounds. Minute remaining in the third period. Nagel's still in the lead, 3-0 over Connor Mansky. Mansky sits out, looking to get some wrist control, break it away, get those hips out. He's got the hips out. He's looking for Peterson. He's got it locked up, but I don't know if he's going to be able to get it here. Nagel's got himself laid out far enough, and he's got the inside leg leverage here. There's a reversal by Connor Mansky with 30 seconds remaining. 3-2. Mansky elects to let him go. Nagel awarded the 1 point. It's 4-2, but a stalling call. It was called on Nagel. No point awarded. It's the first stalling call. Nagel wasn't working his way up fast enough. Now we're in kind of a scramble situation. Who's in control? Nagel comes out on top. There's 2 points for Frazee's Nagel, and a 2-point near fall for Nagel. 8-2. Nagel of Frazee wins it over Connor Mansky. Excellent match. Both wrestlers fighting until the end. Always fun to watch that. So after the 138-pound weight class, the Cheyenne Mustangs are leading 24-6 over the Frazee Hornets. 145 pounds for Cheyenne. We're going to have Kellen Hornet and Frazee. Got to get the pronunciation on this here. Caden Hemans of Frazee. Heyman's going for the head. Trying to catch him off guard, get him flinching, go for the single or a double. There's Hornet grabbing the wrist and trying to go for a little low single on Heyman's on the right side, but nothing doing by either of them. 1:15 remaining in the first period. Both wrestlers here trying to feel each other out. There you go. Hornet tried to go for a little high crotch fireman's, but was unsuccessful because Heyman was able to get his hips back quick enough. 45 remaining in the first. 0-0 score. There's a nice single by Hornet. Super quick, low on the inside, but no control was awarded. 0-0. That was a slick move by Hornet there, but unable to swing around and gain control. So they're on their feet, 0-0. We got 10 seconds remaining in the first. Another attempt there from Hornet, but nothing doing. Frazee's going to have choice. Heimanitz is going to defer choice to Hornet. Hornet chooses the bottom position to start the second. 0-0. As we start this, I haven't even mentioned anything. I'm just so happy to have athletes being able to perform on the mat and on the ice. And something we didn't know, my prediction was that we weren't going to have wrestling at all. And it's worked out. Both leagues in North Dakota and Minnesota have figured a way out to make this thing work, and it's been excellent giving these athletes an opportunity to get out there and learn skills as teamwork and just give it a go. Heimanitz tried to pop the leg in there. He's got the left wrist of Hornet, but Hornet's fighting it off really well. A lot of hand fighting underneath. Not a lot of control with the hands, but hand fighting. Sometimes it comes down to the wrestler that's most persistent. All right, there's the half by Heimanitz, but he doesn't follow through with it. Hornet does a good job of peeling the hand off of his head. There's another power half. Hornet's head's getting free, and Heimanitz getting a little too far forward, but he's able to work his way back. Excellent job gaining control back. That could have gotten in a spot where Hornet was able to flip back behind and get that reversal. Heimanitz got the boot in, the right leg in. He's trying to work that wrist. Only one leg in. It's going to work for the power half here from the right side. See if he can't get Hornet's right hip up off the ground at the same time he's working that power half. But Hornet doing a good job of getting his right hip flat and looking away. All right, he's got the hip rotated now. Oh, the end of the period. Heimanitz did a good job of getting that hip rotated at the same time, but no near fall occurred because time ran out. Frazee's Heimanitz picks the bottom position, which puts Hornet on top. The match is still 0-0 as we begin the third period. Some good wrestling, but no one able to gain control in a scoring position. All right, Hornet's got a chicken wing in on the left side right now, but Heimlitz's arm is kind of slipping out. He's got to work that into a bar. He could put it into a potentially dangerous situation in the official depth. There it is. Official called it. Arm gets beyond 90 degrees and works towards the shoulder. We got to call that one. We don't want the wrestlers to get injured. So Hornet starts back on top. Heimanitz with a nice little reversal try, but Hornet following. Heimanitz has got the leg there, but Hornet's on top, and he's got Heimanitz flat, so it's going to be hard to work back around. My guess is that Hornet's going to come through on this thing as he works around. Yeah, he secures the leg. Now holding on to the leg for Heimanitz is just going to put him in a situation where he's not going to be able to do too much as Hornet works from the top. There you go. Good job letting go of that leg and learning to live another day here and try to work out from bottom. 0-0 still. We're at the 1 minute point in the third period. Hornets looking for a butcher. Hemnitz is hipping down really hard on that. And he breaks it off. So now Hornet goes to the power half of the right side. Trying to work it over that left shoulder. But Hemnitz able to get his hips back and up. Fight that half off. Now Hornet looking for points. He's got a tilt. I think that's 2. Yes, the official's got 2 down. He hasn't awarded it yet. We're still in the same sequence, and Hornet's got a chicken wing, and he's working on the half. The points haven't been awarded because the same sequence is going on. Hemnitz didn't get a chance to get his arm free. And you don't want to penalize a wrestler when that happens and award points too early when he hasn't had a chance to completely reset the neutral. We've got 5 seconds left. It looks like Hornet's going to pull this one out. There it is, 2-point near fall for Hornet. He is the winner, 2-0. So Hornet from Cheyenne is the winner over Caden Hemnitz of Frazee. On the first Community Credit Union scoreboard after 145 pounds, the Cheyenne Mustangs lead 27-6 over the Frazee Hornets. You're watching Spuds TV, brought to you by Muscatel Subaru. We work our way to the 152-pound weight class. We are halfway through this varsity duel at this point in time. McKee Dennis of Cheyenne will face off against Tyler Moe of Frazee. Excuse me, Mackay Dennis of Cheyenne. I think the official is just trying to make sure that we're clean with the hands and we don't get any eyes in the face or anything of that nature before we get too deep in here. A lot of hand fighting going on, and sometimes that happens when we're going to the head with the hands. Not necessarily intentional, just something that occurs. Now 1:34 remaining in the first period here. Dennis with a shot on the right leg of Moe, but unable to get anything. Kind of got his hand on the cap, but Moe moved to his right and got free. Moe was working that 2-on-1 there as they were spinning around. Yeah, he's working that wrist. He's working the Russian underneath, trying to switch down to the single, but Dennis moves in the proper direction to stay away from that. All right. Well, looked like he had a front headlock, but he wasn't able to secure it completely, and Dennis gets away. Now he's trying to work that front again, but he's back on the Russian. He's got the leg of Dennis, but Dennis fights it off. Some good action here on our feet in the first period. 40 seconds remaining. Another try by Dennis on that right leg. Got a little closer this time. And there's Moe. Excuse me. Moe just kind of slides by him and secures the takedown near the edge of the mat. 29 seconds. Moe from Frazee up 2-0 over Dennis of Cheyenne. Dennis on his feet. Great job there for those wrestlers watching, young wrestlers. Dennis's first move was to get hand control and get himself up on his feet. Because he got hand control and he got up, he was able to get hip separation and get the escape. So it's 2-1 Moe over Dennis with 8 seconds remaining. All right, first period comes to an end. It is Cheyenne's choice. Cheyenne defers choice to Moe of Frazee, and Moe of Frazee chooses the bottom position to start off the second period. Dennis gets in the top position. They start the match. Moe sits out, trying to get some hip separation again there. Nice little sit out. Another one. Just keep on moving is what you're looking to do down there, but Dennis doing a great job following him. Brings Moe back down to the mat. Dennis has got the right wrist to Moe underneath. He's working a tilt here. trying to go between the legs and then load them up. Got 1:30 left in the second period. Working on the edge of the mat. There you go. There's the out of bounds call. They return to the mat. Mo in the bottom position. Still 2-1 Mo of Frazee. Looks like Dennis's go-to is to go to that right leg, get on the ankle. Try to keep Mo from getting his hips flipped around on that little sit-out he was doing earlier. Dennis with deep waist control there. He gains the right arm of Mo. Let's see what he does here. He's applying pressure. He's got the chicken wing in right now. It's not too deep, though. He's trying to work it in a little bit deeper. He's trying to switch over to the half on the left-hand side. Mo's doing a good job of looking that off. There's a potentially dangerous situation. The pressure went towards the shoulder instead of across the back, so the referee stops the match. It's 2-1. Mo of Frazee still in the lead with 47 seconds left in the second period. Dennis goes to the ankle as Mo stands up and returns him back to the mat. Good forward pressure by Dennis. It's been really good this entire period. It was a nice mat return again. Mo did an excellent job of getting up on his feet. It's just Dennis has got so much pressure, and he's always got a second move on Mo when Mo gets up to his feet. Pressure forward again. We got 17 seconds left in the first period. Mo stands up again, looks for a little sit-out, but Dennis secures him again, as he's done most of the second period here. Looks like he's going to ride him out for the last 5 seconds. We'll start the period out 2-1 Frazee's Mo ahead of Dennis and Cheyenne. It's Cheyenne's choice, and they're going to choose the down position, looking to get the escape to tie this up or work on a reversal. All right, start of the third period. Mo gets the chicken wing. Looks like Dennis gets his arm free. Mo Cheyenne riding tight, trying to keep those hips tight as Dennis stands up. He switches over to the single, now to the double, Mo does. But Dennis does a great job of getting his hips around, keeping the whizzer in and fighting the leg off, and secures the reversal. So now Dennis is up 3-2 with 1:30 in the third period. It's the first time Dennis has led in this match. Rode Mo very tough in the second period, and I would imagine he's looking to do the same thing here, working these wrists, trying to keep pressure forward. All right, he's got a tilt situation. He's got the wrist locked up. He's going to look to work that right arm of his through on the left arm of Mo's. And there he is. He's trying to work through. Now Mo just flattening out. Great idea by Mo. Just flatten out. Stay flat. Once your hips go, it's game over usually. Mo does a fantastic job of fighting that thing out. Kudos to him. He was in a position to give up some near fall, and his hips got rotated, and he fought it off. Now Mo working away, but Dennis switches off to the single leg. Dennis trying to shelf that leg. Stalling warning called on Cheyenne. First stalling warning. Stalling was intentionally going off the mat, is the new rule on that one as of last year. Point of emphasis this year. You got to try to bring the person back on the mat, or else you get hit with that stalling call. All right, Dennis gets that right wrist of Mo. Now he's going to work back underneath like he did about 20 seconds earlier, 10 seconds remaining. Dennis doing a great job getting the wrist, but Mo not giving up. Mo is fighting valiantly to try to get away, but Dennis secures the win, 3-2 off that reversal at the start of the second period to take the lead. And after 152 on the First Community Credit Union scoreboard, the Cheyenne Mustangs lead 30-6 Over the Frazee Hornets. We work to the 160-pound weight class here. Looks like we're going to put Preston Mayfield on the mat for Frazee and Aston Schaff of the Cheyenne Mustangs.
Next match in the 160-pound weight class for the Frazee Hornets. Preston Mayfield for the Cheyenne Mustangs. Aston Schaff.
Shot attempt by Schaff, but didn't get it. Mayfield hops on Schaff's head, and he's got that front headlock. He's working to spin and shuck him by. Looks like Schaff got a hold of the right leg now. Mayfield is going to make it a little more difficult to get around, but Mayfield being persistent. Now he's got the ankle. He's trying to get Schaff's hip down flat, and he got it. Excellent work by Mayfield on that, just continuing to move on that right side and not giving up. Now Mayfield's got the chicken wing, and he's got the wrist as well. So he's going to load him up on his front legs. Didn't load him up completely perfectly on that one, so the roll through occurred by Schaff. Schaff could feel it. You can always feel when that's going, but if you load that guy up on both legs and get those knees tight together, you can control him as he goes over. All right, so Schaff has worked his wrist out, which is good for him. And Mayfield does now let go of that chicken wing. Schaff goes for a stand-up. Mayfield switches back down to that single leg and controls Schaff. And now works the deep waist and a little chop and bump action here. Got 15 seconds remaining in the first period as Mayfield gets the arm bar flat on Schaff's back. Great position to be in. Oh, official sees it coming off the back and calls potentially dangerous. We have 6 seconds remaining in the first period. Got Mayfield up 2-0 over Schaff of Cheyenne. And that's how we end the first period, 2-0 Mayfield. Mayfield's choice. Mayfield, the first choice to Cheyenne Schaff. Cheyenne chooses the neutral position to start the second period. All right, Mayfield working that rush in. Goes down to the single. Secures the 2-point takedown. But Schaff fighting it off. Able to keep a hand on that right leg of Mayfield, but Mayfield does a great job. Gets a hold of that ankle, pulls the ankle out, which pulls the knee out and flattens out Schaff. And Mayfield just works his way around back. Excellent technique on that. All right, there's Mayfield with the chicken wing again. He's trying to work it over the shoulder, and he's got him in near fall criteria position. Imagine he's got 3. I don't see any hand swipes by the official, but I looked from the angle that he had it. I could be wrong, though. Yeah, he's definitely got it. 1 minute remaining. Mayfield working for the fall. Schaff doing a good job of fighting this thing off. He's not in a great position, but he's doing a good job of trying to bridge up and out. There he goes. Great job by Schaff fighting that one off. 3-point near fall goes to Mayfield. The score is 7-0 Mayfield with 30 seconds remaining in the second period. Mayfield has been very dominant with the wrist control during this match here. Does a great job of chopping that arm. The minute the wrist comes in, he's grabbing it or he's going for a chicken wing. And he's back on the chicken wing again. All right, this could be it. All right, he's got the chicken wing. He's got the head scooped. There's near fall count. 3 more near fall for Mayfield at the end of the second. Mayfield goes up 10-0 over Schaff of Cheyenne. Mayfield's choice, he deferred choice, and he chooses the top position. Don't see that a lot, but he's clearly feeling comfortable in the top position, so he chooses that. with a 10-0 lead to start the third period. All right, Mayfield comes across with the cross face. He's looking for the butcher. He got that right leg, or that left leg flipped over. There's near fall. Classic butcher with the leg. 3-point near fall secured. He's going to work for the fall. We're not at a technical fall position yet, but we are sitting at 10-0 with 3 near fall to be rewarded. Schaff doing a good job fighting this thing off. This is not an easy position to fight off, especially with the chin. There you go, chin being controlled. Fortunately, it's a matter of time. Mayfield with the pin with 55 seconds into the third period. That fall for Frazee brings the match to 30-12. Cheyenne on the First Community Credit Union scoreboard. 170 pounds.
Next up at the 170-pound weight class.
We got Ryder Weigel of Cheyenne versus Max Rue of Frazee. Weigel with the shot. He's in on the single, and he's trying to work it on the right side. I thought he might have switched over to a double, but he's still on that single as Rue fights this thing off. Great job of getting back. Just getting your hips flat. Weigel out on another single again. This time he's a little higher up on the leg, but he gets his hip caught. And Rue bumps him down. Rue's on top of him, but there's no control awarded yet as the Wizards still in. No, we are out of bounds in a neutral position, 0-0. An incorrect starting position for Frazee. It's the first caution for that incorrect starting position or false start, so no points awarded. He gets 2 of them before we award points. So far, Weigel's tried 2 right side single attempts, and now he's working on a left side for a left side trip. Rue's got the head of Weigel, but he doesn't have leverage. It's a matter of who's got it tighter here. Does Rue have it? Nope, he doesn't. Weigel fought that off. Did a good job getting his body across and just trying to lay his hips down. So 2 points for Cheyenne's Weigel with 35 seconds left in the first period. Weigel switches off the half from the right side to the left side, but nothing doing. Rue really working hard to try to get his hips up, but Weigel's just got that pressure forward. He's not able to get any traction on that. There he goes. He gets his hips up now, but Weigel's working that wrist. Good riding by Weigel. 2-0 Weigel at the end of the first. Cheyenne has choice. They defer choice. Frazee chooses to go neutral. So Rue chooses neutral to start the second period with Weigel up 2-0. And Cheyenne leading 30-12. There's Weigel in. Now he's on the left side with the single. He's moved to the double, and he gains the takedown. 2 points Weigel. Textbook double. Got in deep. Brought the hips to the party. Finished it off. 4-0 Weigel. 1:46 remaining in the second period. Weigel working the wrist. You can see him kind of reach between the legs and lock that up for a tilt position, but unable to do so. Rue fighting that off. A stalling call on Cheyenne. Official thinks he's not getting out to the side enough. He wants him to wrestle a little more aggressively, so you start over. Well, the top man or the offensive man gets called on a stalling call unless there's an escape imminent, we stop the match and restart them. One minute remaining, 4-0. Weigel in the lead of Cheyenne over Rue of Frazee. Weigel back to that wrist ride. Scott one switches up to the half on the left, but Weigel trying to roll that wrist under. A lot of wrist riding going on here for Weigel, but he's not able to get much out of it because Rue's able to fight those wrists off. Got 20 seconds left in the second period. Weigel ahead 4-0. All right, now he's looking for the half. He's got the wrist. Weigel does. He's got the left wrist, and he's trying to run the half Nelson on the right-hand side, but Rue did a good job getting his head buried in the mat, looking away. Now Weigel switches over to the left as the period ends with Weigel leading 4-0. And it's going to be Cheyenne's choice. Weigel chooses neutral to start the third period, up 4-0. All right, Weigel, the aggressor, on his feet the whole match. Goes to a front headlock. To an overhook. Comes around and secures the takedown. 6-0. 20 seconds into the third period. There we go. Stalling call against Frazee. Just a warning, both men have been warned. No points awarded on those stalling calls. The next one will be a point, regardless of whomever is called for stalling. We got 1:12 left in the first period as Weigel tries to work that crossface cradle, and he's got it locked up. See if he can get off to the side. Nope, he loses his lock as he takes Rue over. Rue fought that off well. He's still sitting on that crossface. All right, Weigel gives up on the crossface with 50 seconds left, up 6-0. There's another stalling call against Frazee, so 1 point awarded to Cheyenne. Cheyenne's up 7-0 in this match. So Weigel's looking to score one more point, secure the major decision, and get 4 points for his team rather than 3 that you normally get in a match that ends with a 7-point lead. Weigel working hard. He's got the half on the wrist again. Another stalling call against Frazee. Another point awarded to Cheyenne. They have secured the major with 5 seconds left. 8-0 unless Frazee finds a way to score a point. And they're not gonna. So Weigel, Ryder Weigel of Cheyenne wins this one 8-0 with an incredible riding effort over Max Rue at the 182-pound weight class. That win puts Cheyenne up 34-12 with 3 matches to go. On the First Community Credit Union, you're watching Spuds TV live from Moorhead High School, where the Cheyenne Mustangs are wrestling the Frazee Hornets. At 195, the Cheyenne Mustangs are putting out Logan Wickenheiser, and Frazee's got Danny Graham on the mat. Excuse me, 182-pound weight class, getting ahead of myself. 4 weight classes remaining. It's Will Post of Cheyenne versus Howie Solom of Frazee. If you're doing the math, 34-12, there still is a chance for Frazee to catch up on this. They're down 22. And if they secure a fall in all 4 matches, they would win by 2. So There is a chance. It's a long chance, but there is a chance. With 1 minute remaining in the first period, 0-0. Post and Solom. Both wrestlers tied in that ear-to-ear lockup. Some coaches don't like that position. Some coaches love it. Just depends on the style you're teaching. Post looking for the body lock, but secures it for a small second. But Solom wise enough to back away and free himself up from a dangerous position. Post really pulling down on that head. We're back to that ear-to-ear on the head. Pulling down heavy, trying to wear him out. Choice goes to Frazee. He defers. Post chooses neutral from Cheyenne. The score is 0-0 as we begin the second period. There's a shot by Post on the left flag, but Solom fights it off. And another one, he fights it off again. Excellent job, great defense. Now Solom's got the arms locked up. Post backing out to get out of that spot. Good defense by Post to get away from that. Solom looking for a toss situation there. Just wasn't deep enough on the elbows. Got a minute 20 left in the second period. 0-0. All right, Post is looking for the front headlocks. Not able to pull him down to the mat. They go out of bounds. Start over neutral. We're getting close to having only 1 minute remaining in this period. The score is 0-0. There's the 1 minute mark. Post trying to work the over-under, but Solom does a good job on the trip there, securing the takedown. Very patient for Solom. All right, Solom's looking to put the legs in. He's got the right leg in. All right, he's going to work that ankle and try to lock up that hip. Or he's going to switch off to the right arm of Post. Try to pry that thing back and work for a turn. Got a stalemate call, nothing going on, so the official wants him to start over again with 29 seconds remaining in the second period. And Solom of Frazee leading. Solom kind of slipped to his hip there for a second. It looked like Post was going to sneak away, but Solom circled back around and secured control, and they go out of bounds with Solom in control. 15 seconds remaining as they start back up in the center. Solom leading 2-0 over Post. Official looking for blood. Yep, we do have blood time. Red. So Frazee, Solom will go over, get cleaned up, try to get that blood stopped. Well, if you're watching or just tuned in, we're glad that you could join us here on Spuds TV. Muscatel Subaru is our sponsor. We've got a couple matches left in this duel, and the next one coming up after this is going to be Cheyenne versus your Moorhead Spuds. If you missed out earlier during the first duel, I mentioned the Spuds have a COVID situation where one wrestler tested positive, and they had to put 17 of their wrestlers into a quarantine protocol. So the first duel and the last duel, for the most part, is going to be a JV Moorhead Spuds team. Nonetheless, you will get to see the Spuds, and we're going to get these JV kids some matches, get them some experience, which is really important in developing a program. So thanks for tuning in to Spuds TV as we start The match over with Solom up 2-0. Riding post to Cheyenne as we come down to short time, as the coaches call it. Solom looks like he's going to ride this one out, and he does. It is Frazee's choice, so Solom takes the bottom position, up 2-0 to start the third period. No false start or anything. The official, Scott Snowball, is going to say that it's on him. He blew the whistle before everyone was set. All right, now we're set, and now we're wrestling. Post on top, it's Solom. Great move, hip separation, hip heist. Gets himself out and gets the 1-point escape and leads 3-0 with 1:40 left in the third period. Let's see what Solom does here. Let's see if he works on trying to secure a takedown. He's got a 3-point lead, or if he's going to see what Post tries to do first. Post knows he's got to get a takedown here to get a little closer, and he does try for one. But Solom does a great job sprawling and fighting it off, and they remain neutral. Solom tried that 2-on-1 rush and kind of a slide by there. All right, ear-on-ear tie here. Solom going really hard on the neck of Post. Both men still wrestling aggressively here. Got 20 seconds left here with Solom of Frazee up 3-0. That's going to close it out. Solom of Frazee wins 3-0. Howie Solom 3-0 over Will Post of Cheyenne. What that does is that makes the match 34-15 Cheyenne. And that does put the duel out of reach for Frazee, as we only have 3 matches left and a total max of 18 points out there.
Next up at the 195-pound weight class for the Frazee Hornets, Daniel Graham versus the Cheyenne Mustangs, Logan Wickenheiser.
All right, 195 pounds. I announced it already. I liked it so much. Let's do it again. Logan Wickenheiser of the Cheyenne Mustangs against Danny Graham of Frazee Hornets. Graham in on a single, looking to switch to a double. Not able to secure it as they go out of bounds with 1:36 left in the first. Always like to see that first shot happen in the first 30 seconds. Someone get aggressive out there and see if they can't get something going right off the bat. All right. Graham got really close to getting back behind on that overhook there, but no takedown there. Both men out of bounds. Again, second time we've seen that. We go back to the center with 1:03 remaining in the first period. Danny Graham of Frazee has given it a couple shot attempts, and we'll look to see if Logan Wickenheiser gives it a shot here in the first period himself. To me, it looks like Graham likes to work from a distance, and Wickenheiser's trying to work up close. And Graham just has been able to keep him away far enough, and he goes for a nice shot there. Gets the double, takes him down with 30 seconds remaining. Graham up 2-0. He's got a chicken wing on Wickenheiser's left arm. He's really pounding that right wrist there, too. Wickenheiser's done a good job of getting up to a base to try to fight this off. But Graham's got his hips turned. Don't see any swipes by the official. Oh, there's a fall. Danny Graham with the fall at 1:53 of the first period. Frazee Hornets get the win over Logan Wickenheiser of Cheyenne Mustangs. That makes the score Cheyenne Mustangs 34 and the Frazee Hornets 21 as we work in the 220-pound weight class on that First Community Credit Union scoreboard. As I work my way down the lineup, it looks like West Fargo Cheyenne is open at 285. Unless they got someone they're going to sneak in there, this might be the last match of the duel here. At 220 with Cheyenne, we've got Dawson Galdi versus Byron Krapinski of Frazee. 140 left in the first period. Again, the score is 31-20 or 34-21. Oh, there's Krapinski with the trip. And now he's got the head and the arm working for the fall. And there it is. 30 seconds into the first period. A trip straight to the back of Galdi. He secures the pin. That's Byron Krapinski of Frazee. The score is 34 West Fargo Cheyenne to 27 Frazee Hornets. And as predicted, at 285, Frazee gets the forfeit. And the match ends up 34-33. 1 point away, Frazee with a valiant comeback at the end, but ends up 1 point shy. So the next duel we'll have coming up here, again, is going to be Moorhead High School versus the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs. As we take a little break here and the teams get set and ready, they got to clear the mat up, clean it up with a fancy new UV bacteria and fungus destroyer. We're going to take a little break here on Spuds TV, brought to you by Muscatel Subaru. This is Spuds Wrestling. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and Spuds fans, to Spuds TV, brought to you by Muscatel Subaru. This is a duel tonight with the Moorhead Spuds wrestling the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs. I am Corey Herlichsen, your announcer. In this first match, we've got Dane Ellingsburg versus Broughton Delorme. Ellingsburg of the Spuds with the takedown right off the bat. 15 seconds in, he's up 2-0. Looking for the chicken wing. He's got the wrist, trying to dig it in deep. Nothing working out quite yet. He's got that head in that armpit, trying to get that elbow. He's going to try to bring that elbow over the back of his head if he can, or he's just going to sit and control it and switch over to that chicken wing like he did there. Delorme doing a really good job of fighting this off. This is not a fun position to be in. And the arm comes up too high, and the official Scott Snowball calls it potentially dangerous with 1:07 remaining. And Ellingsburg up 2-0. Ellingsburg chooses to go straight down to that ankle to control Delorme before he gets away, and does so successfully. Back onto that left arm, digging it out. Just to remind you, today's format is not your normal duel. We've had a COVID-19 issue on the Moorhead High Sport wrestling team where a bunch of wrestlers have been put into quarantine protocols, so we've got a lot of JV wrestlers out here today. Mixed up some weight classes, trying to get some JV wrestlers some matches, so stay with us and cheer on these JV wrestlers. Biggest thing with them is trying to get them mat time and experience as they continue to grow within the program. Vice versa, we're going to see a fair amount of JV people with the Cheyenne wrestling team. I do see some varsity wrestlers who wrestled against Frazee in the last match. So we'll see how that shakes out as we get there. As time runs out in the first period here, 3 seconds, 2, 1. And we will be flipping for choice on this as it is not officially a duel. So choice goes to Cheyenne, and they defer to Moorhead. Moorhead chooses the bottom position as the official indicates that the Cheyenne wrestler has blood on his back, so they're going to work over there and get him cleaned up before we start this second period. Just to review, if you tuned in late here and didn't see the first duel earlier tonight between Moorhead and Frazee, Moorhead wrestled really well, started out well, and then inexperience kind of took over, and Frazee got the better of the Spuds. And in the second match, the Cheyenne Mustangs were able to pull out a 1-point win against the Frazee Hornets. Frazee came on late and pulled within 1, but were unable to advance. Nice mat return right there by Delorme on Ellingsburg. Got to attempt to return within 5 seconds. He'll get hit with stalling, and he did a great job being aggressive with that, and drops down to the double leg and returns Ellingsburg back to the mat again. Ellingsburg stands up successfully, but Delorme back with the return. Delorme moves to the single this time instead of the double. He's got both arms legged around it, so he's still controlling them. He's looking for the trip, trying to gain position. Dane Ellingsburg doing a great job staying back. He's got a good sprawl on. Lace is flat. He's got that right arm on the inside pushing back. We've got a stalemate called because Delorme had the leg locked up. Even though he was underneath, that is considered control. So he starts out on top. The whistle starts and stops quickly. And the official says incorrect starting position on Cheyenne. His hand was a little too high on the outside arm. Excellent reversal there by Dane Ellingsburg of the Spuds. The score is 4-0 with a minute remaining in the second period. And Ellingsburg goes back to that chicken wing in the wrist. Last time it ended in a potentially dangerous situation. We'll see if this turns out more successful for Ellingsburg. All right, DeLorme trying his best to fight this off, but we got a near fall count. You can probably hear it. That's a 5 count. And there's the fall for Ellingsburg. Dane Ellingsburg wins at the 128 mark of the first period over Broughton DeLorme of West Fargo Cheyenne. Next up should be Michael Jenkins of the Spuds versus Graydon DeLorme of the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs.
For the Cheyenne Mustangs, Graydon DeLorme. And for Moorhead, Michael Jenkins.
Rolling 2-minute periods here in this match. Even though it's JV, it's a good thing. Get a little extra time, so when they're able to move up to varsity, they're used to wrestling 2-2-2 instead of 1.5-minute matches, which is typically what it runs in tournaments for JV. .130 left in the first. Wrestlers kind of hand fighting, working on where they want to be as far as position and setup. Nothing going on though. Jenkins comes in aggressively, but DeLorme able to fight him off there as they go out of bounds. 1:16 remaining. Looks to me like Jenkins is trying to set up a low shot. He keeps lowering his level really low, trying to get a little snap down and then a go. DeLorme choosing to just stand there in a great position himself, but not lowering his level, waiting for Jenkins to maybe expose his legs. He can get in on a shot. Got 38 remaining, and there's DeLorme with the shot. Jenkins fighting it off hard. DeLorme going to the inside of the right. It's the inside single. Nice, switches off to a double, and he's going to try to lift him, but they go out of bounds. Neutral position, 27 seconds remaining in the first, and the score is 0-0. Michael Jenkins and Graydon DeLorme squaring off here. .15 left on the clock. DeLorme tries a little go by. Jenkins counters it. Looked like Jenkins was going to get the takedown, but DeLorme then hops back on top and secures the 2 at the edge of the mat. So it's Graydon DeLorme of Cheyenne up 2-0 with 6 seconds remaining in the first period. And DeLorme fights him off to end the second period. We'll flip for choice. Choice goes to Jenkins and Moorhead, and he defers his choice. DeLorme of Cheyenne selects the bottom position with a 2-0 lead at the start of the second period. Official's going to have him restart. Look like Jenkins maybe leaned into him a little bit when they first started off, and he wants to get a better start here. There you go. Good clean start there. Jenkins got the left wrist to DeLorme. Good tight grasp on that. Granby roll attempted, but nothing going on there as far as getting away because Jenkins had secure and he followed closely with his hips. Oh, there's a stack by Jenkins. Wow, that happened quick. Took the wrist and bumped DeLorme's butt forward and just stacked him for the fall. 24 seconds into the second period. Michael Jenkins of the Spuds, the winner. Next match up on the docket here is Nikolai Smith of your Moorhead Spuds versus Jackson Alexander of the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs. Might have caught it. The Moorhead wrestler Nikolai Smith cleaning his hands off with some hand sanitizer. That is a rule that's been put in place by the Minnesota State High School League. Before these wrestlers go on the mat, they do have to hand sanitize. trying to mitigate any possibility of skin disease transfers or COVID-related issues. And excellent takedown there by Smith. It's kind of the slow and patient one. Get the leg in, get a hold of the head and arm, go by. But a reversal by Alexander of Cheyenne, and Alexander's getting near fall. 2 near fall for Alexander. As Alexander continues to control with 1 minute and 5 remaining here in the first period. All right, close to a near fall situation there again. Smith able to fight it off, but Alexander just rolls him a little too far, and looks like we got a 2 count. Now we're starting the count over, and he's got him flipped over, does Alexander. Smith trying to fight this one off. Really tough position to be in here. He's got a good bridge going. Unfortunately, the fall goes to Jackson Alexander at 1:24 the first period. So Alexander wins from Cheyenne over Smith of Moorhead. Our next matchup is Nolan Giddings versus Stetson Gesselbeck of Cheyenne. Giddings of Moorhead versus Gesselbeck of Cheyenne.
Our next match for the Cheyenne Mustangs, Stetson Gesselbeck. And for Moorhead, Nolan Giddings.
All right. Head to head. Nope, now we're side to side here. We got ear to ear tie up. Gesselbeck working that 2-on-1, kind of a rusher, but straight on. Went for the shot, the double, didn't get it because Giddings spun around. Now Gesselbeck's got the single locked up, a little higher on the leg. He's trying to sneak around. Very, very good technique by Gesselbeck on that one. Just be patient, work your way around the corner, secure the takedown. So 2-0 Gesselbeck. 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining in the first period. Looks like Gesselbeck's got a wrist, and he's working the half on the left-hand side now. Giddings looking away, peeling that thing off. Great idea. All right, Gesselbeck goes to the crossface. It's deep on the tricep. He was looking for a butcher there, but hand slipped off and Giddings flattened out. Got 35 remaining in the first period here with Gesselbeck up 2-0. All right, Gesselbeck's got that wrist locked up down at the waist. He's either looking for the tilt on the right side with the chicken wing, or he's looking to go between the leg. Oh, nope, now he got that cross face, and he's looking for the butcher, had the knee lifted. There he rotates around. He's got Giddings in a dangerous position, getting near fall. Looks to me like he got a 2 count before it was done, so 2 points for Gesselbeck, leading 4-0 on the First Community Credit Union scoreboard as we end the first period. Choice goes to Moorhead on the flip, and Cheyenne's Giddings defers the choice to Cheyenne's Gesselbeck, and Gesselbeck chooses the neutral position. And they're locked ear to ear on this one. There you go. Gesselbeck just tried to pop that by and slide by, and he caught the head and caught the knee here. No takedown yet, and there's the 2. As Gesselbeck worked back around the backside. It's a textbook go by there. When you get that thing, if you can lock the head and the knee, you try your best to lock up the cradle, but if you can't get it, it's more important just to secure that 2-point takedown. And that's what he decided to do. Got 1:10 left in the period here, as Gesselbeck is trying for near fall on Giddings. Giddings fighting it off. He's got the leg turked. Nothing given. No count. No near fall. Giddings, great job fighting that one off with 50 seconds left in the second period. All right, Gesselbeck of Cheyenne works that, just gets that deep shoulder and lifts with the near leg. Sitting on 2 near fall. There's another near fall count. All right, that's a count of 5, so he secured the 3-point near fall with 25 seconds left. It hasn't been awarded. Same sequence, apparently. Looks like he locked up a chicken wing before Giddings got a chance to roll back over. All right, Gesselbeck loses the chicken wing. 3 points awarded for Gesselbeck, 9-0 for the Mustang. Giddings doing his best down there, trying to fight this thing off as we end the period. Down 9-0. Try to conjure up something here. See if you can't get yourself out from the bottom and maybe get some takedowns. Maybe get a chance to ride and get some near fall points. 9-0 Gesselbeck. We're neutral start. All right, there's Gesselbeck. It's the 3rd time he's done that in this match, so he's got that moved down pat. 11-0 with 1:40 remaining for the Mustang in the lead. All right, he's got the chicken wing, working for the far wrist. He's working a bar here. Yep, he's got that arm across the back, working the bar. He's looking to lock that up. Oh, always hated being in this position. He's just got to get his hips flipped over, and Giddings is doing a great job fighting this thing. Excellent job. That could have been disaster for him. We got 1 minute left in the match. Gesselbeck is up 11-0 right now over Giddings of Moorhead. There's another one for him. That deep shoulder butcher there, flipping the knee. Working around the side on the double arm butcher, getting the near fall count. All right, there's 3 more. Nothing awarded yet. Sitting on 3. In the same sequence here. He's got that butcher locked up and hasn't released it. There we go. Now he's released it. Gesselbeck goes up 14-0. We're 1 point away from a tech fall. But time is going to run out here before he gets to that point. Good effort by Giddings. He just didn't have any luck. Gesselbeck really dominated him on top, but Giddings fought the entire time.
Winner by decision for Cheyenne, Stetson Gesselbeck.
Next on the mat for the Moorhead Spuds is going to be Jeremy Murray. And for the West Fargo Mustangs, Cheyenne Mustangs, Austin Berkland.
Our next match for the Cheyenne Mustangs, Austin Berkland. And for Moorhead, Jeremy Murray.
Berkland stuffing the head. Murray able to back out of that one before it got dangerous. Oh, there you go. Inside trip by Berkland. 2-point takedown. All right, Berkland's got the chicken wing in. Let's see where he goes with this. The tendency has been to get that chicken wing and work for a tilt, get that wrist deep for Cheyenne this evening. All right, now he goes for the power half. And he turns them. Getting the near fall is Birkland. Murray fighting this thing off, doing a really good job trying to fight this off his back. Unfortunately, that's the fall call. Austin Birkland of West Fargo Cheyenne is the winner at 1:29 of the first period over Jeremy Murray of the Spuds. Next on the match for the Moorhead Spuds is going to be Heaton Hall. And on the mat for the Cheyenne Mustangs is going to be Kyle Page. We're halfway through these JV matches. We got a total of 10. We want to thank you again for watching Spuds TV. Sponsor of Spuds TV this year is Muscatel Subaru. We're thankful for them, allowing us to broadcast 70 events this winter. Nice little takedown by Kyle Page. Kyle's got the chicken wing. He's turning him over. I don't know if he got the 2-point near fall. There is 2 points for Kyle Page from Cheyenne. He goes up 4-0. Over Heaton Hall, we've got 1:20 left in the first. Oh, there's a half Nelson, and he's got it deep. And there's the fall for Kyle Page. Kyle Page at 1:44 of the first period gets the win over Heaton Hall. All right, next on the mat for the Moorhead Spuds, we're going to have Cole Burns versus Caden Mansky of the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs. If we're keeping score, even though this isn't a deal, the scoreboard, our First Community Credit Union scoreboard, says that Cheyenne's up 22-12. So if you're keeping score at home, you got book. That's what the score is, but it's not an official duel. All right, Mansky on the single, the right leg of Burns. That did not look good. That's a takedown, but we're going to run injury time here. Oof, that was tough looking. Let's hope he's okay. I don't know if it was a knee or an ankle, but he rolled right over top of it, and Cole Burns is in pain right now. Injury time in high school wrestling is 1 minute and 30 seconds, so they had 1 minute and 30 seconds to work this through, and each wrestler gets 2 injury timeouts. After the second injury timeout, the match is forfeited. It's a medical default. Trainer out working on him. Looks to me like he's working on his ankle. Always unfortunate when this happens. Oh, no, it was his knee. They're going to try to get him up, see if he can walk it off. Shaking it out. Just trying to walk it off here. Time winding down on this injury timeout. Cole's going to have to make a decision here on whether he wants to go or not. All right. Colburns tried to walk that thing off, but it just did not look good from my position, and I think he made a good decision in deciding to forfeit that match. Better save yourself for another day. Make sure that knee's all right. All right, next up here for the Moorhead Spuds, we got Hudson Hall. And for Cheyenne Mustangs, Will Post.
Our next match for Cheyenne, Will Post. And for Moorhead, Hudson Hall.
Will Post wrestled on the varsity side of the Cheyenne Frazee match. All right, there's Post with the double, switch for the eye crotch, switches to the double. Sneaks behind Hudson Hall and gets the 2. All right, Hall tries to switch out, turns around and faces. Post tried to follow, but it didn't happen. He's got the front headlock tied up now. He tried for the toss, but wasn't able to secure that, and just turned himself back around and maintained control. Didn't give anything up. Post up 2-0 with a minute left in the first. He's got those hips turked. Nope. Lost it. He's got it deep on the tricep there. Now he's looking to lock up the cradle. Let's see how he does it. Let's pull him over top. Or does he get hip to hip? I was always a hip to hip guy. I like that. Seemed like it worked a little easier, a little less dangerous. He's got it locked up. 30 seconds. Near fall being counted. Hall's working this off, trying to fight it. Good bridge. Keep kicking. Post has got a good tight cradle locked up, but he has lost control of the arm, which makes it a little harder to finish it off. There's the fall. Will Post of West Fargo Cheyenne with the fall at 1:49 of the first period over Hudson Hall of Moorhead High School. I thank these officials for coming out again. I got to wear masks on the Minnesota side, and I've done some officiating on the Minnesota side with a mask, and I assure you, it is not enjoyable, but they're doing it. We love the sport. We want to give these kids a chance. It's Scott Snobel and Tim Curran, the officials tonight. On the mat for Moorhead High School, we got David Krabenhoft wrestling Logan Wickenheiser of West Fargo Cheyenne. All right. Krabenhoft went back behind. Nice little mat return there. Lift. Secures the 2-point takedown over Wickenheiser. 1:20 on the clock. We have unnecessarily roughness on that crossface there. 1 point will be awarded to Cheyenne's Wickenheiser. I always say you can be aggressive on those crossface, but you don't want to be unnecessarily aggressive, and that's what he got called for. All right, there's Krabenhoft. He got the wing. He's working it over. He's got the wrist. He's got it at 90. I thought he was going to get it into a near fall criteria, but he wasn't able to. You got to scoop that head with the left leg. You scoop that head, that helps a lot. You don't get yourself too extended, because if you get extended, it's hard to apply leverage to that bottom wrestler. So 3 near fall is awarded to David Krabenhoff of Moorhead High for that move. 5-1 lead for Krabenhoff, 30 seconds left in the first period. He had the cradle locked up, but looked like he couldn't keep it locked up before he tried to turn it. Nice follow behind. Wickenheiser keeps moving. He's spinning on his knee, Krabenhoff able to follow back behind. That's simply an effort thing there. Who can move faster? All right, power half by Krabenhoft. It's getting near fall. And there's a fall right before the period goes. I'd say it's less than a half second. David Krabenhoft with the pin with tenths of a second to go over Logan Wickenheiser. All right, wrestling fans, our last match of the evening. Thank you for joining us here on Spuds TV, brought to you by Muscatel Subaru. For the Moorhead Spuds, we got Jace Fratell versus Dawson Galdi of the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs. Excuse me, Frittle. Like a guy who played fast pitch softball, whose name was Fratell, spelled the exact same way. All right, Frittle with the 2 takedown, nice spin around. He's got that half in on the left side, and he's trying to work that ankle. It's a great move to work, by the way, you youngsters. Let's get that half in, work that ankle. Put pressure down and forward. All right, Galdi steps up, separation, gets the escape, 2-1, Frittle. Got a $1:15 left here in the first period. Frittle in on the single, but he can't secure it. And they remain neutral. Both on the ear-to-ear tie earlier. Both men trying to pop the elbow up and kind of go behind, but no success. Well, Frittle tries for a single. Doesn't get low enough, so Galdi's able to fight that one off. They go back to the center with 40 seconds left in the first. 2-1, Frittle leads. You probably noticed if you've been listening by now, but a lot quieter in the stands here. We've got a limited capacity, so it's these Spuds duels and tries are usually really packed over here on the home side. But we're limited, so it's not as loud. Well, the period ends with Frittle leading, with both men on their feet there. The toss goes to Cheyenne's Galdi, and he chooses to take the top position to begin the second period, down 2-1 to Moorhead's Frittle. Galdi goes to the ankle right away, goes to chop that arm. That's a technical violation. 1 point goes to Moorhead. I have to imagine it was interlock hands. Yep, there's the official, interlocking hands. So 1 point to Frittle, 3-1. Frittle stands up, he's working the hands, get hit separation. And as typically happens when that occurs, he gets the escape. So Frittle of Moorhead is up 4-1 over Galdi of West Fargo Cheyenne. Frittle in on the leg, he's got a single at the knee. He's trying to suck it in. Galdi's got the body lock around him and was able to swing his weight around. And there's Galdi securing the takedown, making it 4-3 with 1:15 remaining in the second period. It was an excellent body lock by Galdi. He had it around the stomach, and Frittle was just so overextended it was easy to move his weight in his hips. Now Galdi was working a half, and he's got Frittle on his back. And there's a fall at 1 minute. 1 minute left in the second period, and Galdi behind. Works the half and flips Frittle to take the win and the last match of the duel. That concludes wrestling tonight for the Spuds and Cheyenne and for everyone who participated today. We want to say thank you for joining us today on Spuds TV. I'm Corey Herlickson. We're thankful for the sponsor of Spud TV, Muscatel Subaru. And we're thankful for our scoreboard sponsor, the first Community Credit Union. Just in review of what happened, the first duel was an exhibition. If you kept track, Moorhead lost that one. Frazee won it. The second one, it was Cheyenne and Frazee. Cheyenne winning by 1 point, 34-33. And in the final exhibition, it ended up being Cheyenne winning. But again, it was an exhibition, so it doesn't go on any official record. We want to thank you for joining us again tonight from Moorhead High School. Tune in the next time we broadcast, which I believe is next Tuesday. We look forward to seeing you again. Thank you and have a good night from Moorhead High School.